father, yes.
Okay, how'd that happen? Should I get that involved?
I don't know.
Time to cut me off.
Might as well ask.
So tell us about your
cut
brass
off.
balls.
Actually, I
Why
tell
is
you,
one bigger than the other? Why not? Go for
I
it.
tell you the story about that.
Oy, this is rough. Okay.
I was going to wrestle for the very first time in Boston Garden.
Okay.
And I was being interviewed by Gorilla Monsoon,
All right.
dead of winter.
Nice.
And history was a bit of a thing. I've always loved history, and not for that silly reason that if you don't follow history, you're doomed to
Repeat it.
Repeat it. Yes,
Yeah.
I never liked that silly bloke. Anyway,
Not bad for a guy who's had 2 bottles. Next.
the USS Constitution's there,
Sure.
right?
Sure.
And one of the things that happened with all ships at the time in cold weather back then, they would stack their cannonball
Right.
into piles
Right.
with one ball at the top.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
what sat on top was a thing called a brass monkey.
Okay.
And the brass monkey was there, snapped closed, to hold the balls in place for when the ship sailed. And so all you had to do is pick up a ball, drop it down the barrel, stuff it, fire, boom,
Right,
bombs.
right.
But then what would happen is, in cold weather, frost would get in us. And if you go back even further in time, back to the Egyptian times of the pyramids,
Right.
they cut rock with water that froze overnight.
Okay.
Same situation. Water would condense under the cannonball and attach itself to the brass monkey. And if it got so cold, water expands when it becomes ice.
Right.
And it would break the balls off the brass monkey.
Right. Right.
And that's what I said. He said, so what's the weather like for you out back? And I said, oh, this would freeze the balls off a brass monkey. And I was almost fired.
And Monsoon's like, are you fucking kidding me right
was
now?
almost-
Cut.
He was,
He was almost fired. Do you hear this?
I didn't know what to do. Anyway, there you are.
By the way, fan out there from Australia, Chris Lee, is asking,
Chris.
and again, I don't understand it, but he says you'll get it.
Okay. What's he got?
Vegemite sandwich?
Vegemite sandwich.
That's wait a minute. That's that video, Land Down Under. He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich.
Oh yeah, that's the
So what is a Vegemite sandwich?
Yeah,
a
what is
Vegemite sandwich is 2 pieces of bread, generally white.
Okay.
Not for any reason, but it's
What's
just white.
in this Vegemite sandwich?
It is Vegemite itself tastes like beef, like very, very, very thick and reduced.
Are you trying
beef
to
stock.
tempt me? But that's the lines in the song. Go
Remember,
on.
I'm 6'4" and full of muscles.
There we go.
Look at this.
But this is great. This is great. Okay. So,
So
what's in this?
anyway,
Vegemite?
it's very strong of beef, but it's
Okay.
got no beef in it at all. It's actually a yeast extract
It's
from
what?
making bread.
What's in this thing?
A yeast extract.
What is that?
It's when you cook something, you get an extract. You yield off
It's
stuff.
an extract sandwich.
No, don't be a dope, Pharaoh. For goodness sake,
Boy, us Americans are stupid,
listen to the rest
especially
of the
when we've
story.
had a few.
So what would happen? They turned the yeast extract and called it Vegemite and made it into a spread.
Okay.
So now you take your bread and you butter it, and then you put a nice spread of Vegemite on, just a little light
Okay.
spread, and it's tasty. Or you put it on your toast of a morning.
Is Men at Work like the Beatles of Australia? I'm just throwing it out there.
No,
I'm
AC/DC's the Beatles of
The
Australia.
Beatles are the Beatles of Australia. Okay.
No, AC/DC. dopey.
AC/DC. You know what? That's correct. That is correct. AC/DC is like gods in Australia.
I'm just listening.
That was. Here,
What's
have
the
a few
matter,
more.
Monty?
There you
Haven't
go.
I spoken
just
to you
listen.
enough?
I'm lost. I'm lost. We're talking about
Can I
Vegemite.
ask about Killicon?
Go ahead,
I've
ask
got a
about
question
Try.
here about one of my.
Hang on, Monty, try and keep up, mate. Otherwise, there's a
trying.
little table over in the corner you can sit at.
Just give me the dunce hat. I'll just go and walk in the dunce
I
hat.
officially love Outback Jack. Jack, I gotta ask you.
Yes.
Killicon.
Yes.
Okay. I loved Killicon. He's one of my early memories. He fought Backlund at the Garden. What was your relationship with Killicon? Can you
He
tell
was
me
a
little bit?
dope.
He was what?
He was a dope.
He was a dope.
Yeah, the laziest,
rough. He's killing
biggest,
my
ugliest
legends
man
here.
you'd ever want to meet.
I never want to meet Killicon.
No, he was just lazy.
Why?
He wouldn't work.
He wouldn't work?
No, I mean, I don't think I'm
He
giving
broke
away any...
Andre the Giant's ankle. What's going on here?
I don't remember that.
Oh,
that
was
might have been
before
just
you.
clumsy.
That was before you, to be fair. Okay.
Khan and I went around for quite a while. We're trying to get him over to build him up heat for, I think, for him and Hulk somewhere.
Yeah, you were getting him ready for Hogan.
And Fuji wasn't even impressed with Khan. He was just heavy and lazy. Like, everybody helps everybody when you're going to take somebody out for a body slam.
Okay.
I mean, it's just the facts.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think I'm giving away any serious secrets.
Sure.
So I'm working a match with him actually out in Seattle. And I couldn't lift this prick up. He wouldn't get up. He'd sit on my arm. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And Fuji's almost wants to hit him with his cane, and because he's screaming to him, work, you prick, work.
So wait a second. So to the dope at home, the mark at home, we're watching this on the channel, and we're thinking that Fuji is his representative, but Fuji's actually secretly rooting for you because this guy can't
Everybody wants a good mate. Everybody wants a good show.
Right, you're right.
Everybody wants a good show.
Yeah.
Okay.
And how can I get up some heat if he's? I mean, how can I make a comeback if he's not he's not doing the right thing by me to sell my high spot?
Did Khan speak fluid English? Or
of course he did.
Oh, so he did?
Yeah.
So did you talk to him behind the scenes? Like, what the hell are you doing, you Mongolian nightmare?
I asked him what the fuck his game was, but then he adjusted my back 3 times, and I said, okay, that's all right.
Okay.
But, don't make me look like an ass out there, will you?
What was your thoughts on Vince McMahon?